Welcome back to Memoir 44. We're doing the breakthrough scenario counterattack of the BEF, the British Expeditionary Force, in May 1940. All right, our cards, we have an attack. 3 on the right flank, 1 on the move. We've got 2 on the right, 2 on the move. We have armor assault, order 4 armor units. So tempting, but we don't really... I want them to be, because when they get close assault combat, they get additional dice, but our tanks are a little bit too far away yet. Recon, 1 in the center, 2 on the move. A probe, 2 in the center, 2 on the move, or 3 on the right, 1 on the move. All right, give me a minute here to peruse these. Take a look at our layout here, and then pick an order card to do, coming right up. Alright, the card we're going to play is the attack card. 3 on the right flank, which is going to be over here, and 1 on the move. Alright, so the 3 that we are going to be activating on the right flank, let's figure out which 3 we're going to activate. We are going to activate our artillery, and we are actually going to activate, I believe, both of the French tank units. Now they can move 2 and attack, but not 3 like normal, because it's Blitzkrieg rules. Alright, we do have 1 on the move, so let's figure out which unit is going to be on the move. And I think our 1 on the move unit will be this infantry unit right here. And so now it's time for movement. So since we're zoomed in right here, we're going to have these guys move up 2. And of course, they can only move, they can't attack anyway. So we're going to get them positioned up a little bit farther to try and stem or stop that German attack happening down here by the church. They're trying to take over the church. We've got to send in some extra units there to help. All right, let's get moving the French units and our British artillery up on the right flank. Alright, so we are not going to move the artillery. They're just going to stay where they are. But the French tanks are going to move 2 and then attack. Okay, so these guys are going to go 1, 2 to here. They will be able to attack. And likewise, these guys are going to go 1, knocking into the town, and 2 over to this side, and they will be able to attack. All right, and they're strategically staying out of the way of the dreaded 88s of the Germans, but now they will be able to attack here. So we're actually going to start with the artillery. The artillery is going to attack the 88s. Guns that are just over here, so I'm going to readjust the camera and figure out where I'm going to put the dice tray. Alright, so I've decided to do a long range camera shot because I kind of, place we can get the dice tray easily is there without knocking into anything too much. So let's see here. So this artillery is going to be 3 dice, 3 dice, 2 dice, 2 dice, 1 die, 1 die. Just rolling 1 die against the 88s, and we need a grenade symbol to hit them. And we get a tank symbol, which is not going to hit. So we fire off the artillery at the embedded 88s, and not much is going to happen. All right, we're going to start then with the French tanks here. They will be rolling 3 dice, 3 dice, 3 dice against the anti-tank infantry, German infantry. So let's see what they can get there. Hopefully they can start smoking them out. And they get a infantry and a grenade, so they actually take out 2 of the units, get annihilated there, and there's 2 left. All right, the other French tanks are going to go 3 dice right against there, and let's see if they can finish them off. And wow, the French tank unit has absolutely decimated the German anti-tanks, so they are out of the picture, and that is the 2nd medal for the Allies, for the British Expeditionary Force and the French. Wow, the French tank units did a fine job there on the right flank. That's the end of the Allied turn, so yes, we will be grabbing another card, and we get Wow, 3 attack on our left flank and 1 on the move. Alright, over we go to the German player. Alright, the Germans are getting a little bit pounded by us, which is good. We want to win this scenario. We've got 2 medals on our way to 12. The Germans are going to play direct from HQ. Issue an order to 4 units of your choice. Alright, we're going to figure out which 4 units the German player is going to activate. They are going to activate, kind of a long range here, their mobile artillery. They will also activate the armored unit here. And they are also going to go ahead and activate their artillery here. And I have to think about, and the last unit they're going to activate is their German infantry down here. Alright, let's see if they're going to move first before they attack. Let's find out what they're up to. Alright, well, the German infantry is just going to move right here into the church location. That is going to give them a temporary 1 medal. So they have their first medal by capturing the church. When they move into the church, of course, they cannot attack or do anything, but they have now taken over the church location. That gives them their first medal. The mobile artillery is going to move right here. It's only going to move 1 space, and it will be able to attack. Could be nasty. Alright, let's go up. We've got a couple of more units up here to activate. Alright, so the artillery is going to stay where it is. It's going to fire. And this armored unit can move 3. They're going to go 1, 2, and 3 and be right on the railway tracks here. Now when armored units go onto the railway tracks, they must stop. That's the end of their 3 movement anyway. And yes, indeed, they get to move 3 and attack. So let's get the attacks going. The first one, I'm just back camera. We're probably going to have the artillery attacking this town unit. Yeah, so the first attack will be the artillery. So 3 dice, 3 dice, 2 dice, 2 dice. So 2 dice against the town. Now, they don't get the defensive ability from the town because that is artillery. So 2 dice attacking our British troops, hold up in the town. And they get 1 grenade, so they pick off 1 of our units in the town. Alright, see where else they're attacking. Alright, and their next attack will be their mobile artillery. Now, the mobile artillery has actually 4 different units. They could go 3, 3, 2, 2, 1 against the Matildas. They could go 3 dice, 3 dice, 2 against this town, 3 dice, 3 dice, 2 against here. They are going to attack. Where are they going to attack? They are going to attack. They're going to attack the rail station right here with 2 dice. There's only 2 British troops left in the rail station, and they end up taking out 1 of them. And I think we as the British can not worry about a retreat at the rail station. Let me double check the rules on the railway station. Where is our railway station? Railroad station. Train units must move and must stop, can't attack, and can move no further. Train moving in the station. Unit moving in cannot battle. Armor battles out at -2 blocks line of sight. No, we have to retreat, so we'll retreat back to the fortress. That's okay. But we do not get to we have to retreat out of the rail station. So the Germans have captured the church. Mobile artillery has knocked us out of there. The German tanks now have a shot to take as well. Alright, long range. So, I mean, the tanks have 3, 3, 3, and then they'd be -2 into the town. They could roll 1 die against the town, but they're going to attack our elite, the Matildas. So it's going to be 3 dice, 3 dice, 3 dice. They're attacking the Matilda tank unit there, and trying to figure out where I can put this dice tray without disrupting the landscape. So 3 dice against these Matildas, and they get no hits, but our Matilda tanks need to back up 1, so we'll back them up to here. And that's it. No damage. Awesome. Alright, well that was the German attacks, and they have done everything I believe that they were going to do. That was the 4 units they'd ordered. They are going to get another card, and away we go back to us, the British-French troops. All right, it is our turn, and we are going to go ahead and play attack. 3 units on the left flank for us is right on this side, and 1 unit on the move. All right, so we have 1 on the move, and we have 3 units. And the 3 units we are going to have activating is we're going to activate our infantry in the town. We want to try and pick those guys off. We are going to activate our Matilda tanks here. And we are also, which other unit are we going to activate? We are going to activate, I believe, let me see, what are we going to activate? I really got to think about this. I think we want to bring up some more infantry from the back forward. These guys are kind of out in the open though. You know, we're going to take, I think we're going to activate these guys. All right, we also have 1 unit that we can do on the move. And which one? You know what? I think I'm looking right at the artillery here. I think I kind of want to make these guys on the move. And so now it's movement time. So we're going to move the artillery up to here. They've done their thing. They're on the move. And now these guys are not going to move. They are just going to attack. Right, like so. We have the infantry here is going to move into the railway station. Okay, that would be these guys moving in, and when they move in there, they cannot attack. Nope. So they recapture the railway station. The Matilda tanks are now on move, and they can move too, and they must stop on the railway tracks. But they're gonna move up onto this part of the railway tracks. 1, 2. And our heavy Matilda tanks will indeed get to attack. Oh yes, and I think we might be attacking their mobile artillery. So what we're going to do, or we could attack their panzer units. Ooh, I don't know. Okay, that's it. We only have 2 units attacking. Let me readjust the camera and we'll have these attacks happen. All right, adjusted the camera so I can get the dice tray in here. Nice and easy. We're going to have our infantry attacking the elite infantry. It only makes sense. 3 dice. We're rolling 2 dice. We're looking to try and destroy that elite German units. And all we get is 1 retreat. So those guys have done a very good job of retreating. They're going to move back here and out of harm's way. Okay. Now we have a choice with our Matilda tanks. Oh boy, we can attack the panzers, or we can attack the mobile artillery. The only problem with attacking the mobile artillery is we have to get grenades. These guys are tanks and grenades. I think we're going to go with the mobile artillery. We're going to try to hammer that out. Those guys, they're really devastating, this mobile artillery. 3 dice against them. We're looking for grenades. And we get absolutely nothing, and only 1 retreat. So the mobile artillery has to back up, and they're going to back up to there. All right, well, that was our go, and we get another card, and we get attack. 3 on the right, and 1 on the move. All right, over we go back to the Germans. That was our attack with our tanks against the mobile artillery. Okay, so back we go to the German turn. All right, the Germans are going to play counter-attack. So basically, they are just playing the mirror image card of the one we just played. So we activated 3 on our left flank and 1 on the move. So they're going to do 3 on the right flank. So they're doing 3 here in the same section, and they get 1 on the move. So that's what they're doing. All right, so they got 3 units to activate, 1 on the move. So they are going to activate their infantry at the church. They're going to activate the tanks here. They're going to activate their mobile artillery, and they're going to put these guys on the move. All right. let's get them moving. These guys are not going to move. They are just going to attack. So there's that. The mobile artillery. Oh boy. Is it going to stay where it is and just attack? You know, it's going to stay just where it is and attack. The tanks are going to... What are the tanks going to do? The tanks are going to go 1, 2 to here, and they will attack. And these guys are on the move, so they're going to move into this location here. But of course, they will not be able to attack because they are just on the move. And that's their anti-tank unit. Okay, there we go. That's the Germans doing all of the things they want to do. They've got a bunch of attacks to happen here now, so let me get the dice tray located somewhere good, and we're going to have this battles happening. Alright, there's going to be some heavy fighting going on here at the church and the train station. We're going to start with... We're starting with the mobile artillery is going to be firing. 3 dice, 3 dice, 2 dice, 2 dice. They're going to be firing 2 dice at the Matilda tanks. Okay, and I think I can get that there. Yes, I'm going to leave it there. So 2 dice at the Matilda tanks. Oh, ooh. Okay, that's 2 grenades. That's going to blow up 2 of our Matilda tanks. We got stuck on the railway crossing, and the mobile artillery has absolutely hammered us. Ooh, painful. Alright, that's not the end of it, because now their panzers are going to attack the other 2, the 2 remaining Matilda tanks. 3 dice. Oh man, this is not good. And one of them gets blown up, and they must retreat one, so we'll go back this way. Oof! Okay, Germans got a little bit of revenge there, and they also now have one attack they're going to do against the rail station. And can I get this in here? And get that there. Okay. Going to attack the rail station. Now the rail station, when infantry is attacking it, -1 die. So instead of 3 dice, it's going to be a 2 dice attack against the rail station. And they just pick off 1 of our British troops. That is going to be the end of the Germans' turn. They're going to be grabbing another card. And that's going to be ending us off for today. So I'm going to back the camera out and wrap it up. Alright, well that's going to wrap us up for today. So the German armor has moved in, just about took out our Matilda tanks. I don't like that. That's not very good. That's not very good for the British, the French. The French did a good job up here. They're not trying to get close to those 88 guns though. The Germans are looking a little bit skimpy, and they haven't brought out any air power yet. So we have to keep pressing what little advantage we have at the moment before they unleash some airstrikes against us. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, likes. This is Memoir 44. We're doing the breakthrough scenario called Counterattack of the BEF, the British Expeditionary Force. So far the Germans have 1 temporary medal. They need 12. We have 2 kills already, so we already have 2 medals on our way to 12 as the British French. There's lots of game left to go though, and I still can't believe the Germans haven't brought out the Air Force to pound on our units, but we'll take it so far as good luck. So thanks so much. Hope you join me tomorrow for the continuation Memoir 44, Counterattack of the British Expeditionary Force.